What if Robert Downey Jr. moved to Washington, D.C. and took up Lex Luthor's role opposite Superman? That was nearly possible because of a well-known DC film that was cancelled in the early 2000s. Imagine Iron Man from the MCU bringing his signature flair and theatrics to Luthor's cold, calculating manner, so converting the arch-enemy of Superman into a character who is shockingly human and frighteningly brilliant. Lex Luthor will return to the DC film canon with the forthcoming Superman Legacy, which will revive the Superman franchise. Even if Robert Downey Jr. isn't playing him, the Oscar-nominated actor still has one of DC's worst wasted opportunities since he is the master of gloriously flawed characters. Importantly, Superman films are only as strong as how well its two main characters balance each other out. It's intriguing, to say the least, to consider how close the DCEU came to seeing this scenario come to pass. 5 years before assuming a part that would define his career as Tony Stark in Iron Man in 2009, Robert Downey Jr. was chosen for the equally iconic yet very different character of Lex Luthor. Even although the lost Superman Flyby movie may be unknown to many, Robert's part in it could be even less well-known. An early Superman remake featuring a screenplay written by a teenage J.J. Abrams was in the works before Bryan Singer assumed the helm for Superman Returns. The prior remake was finally given to director McGee to oversee before he left owing to practical concerns. Although names like Henry Cavill, Scarlett Johansson, and Shia LaBeouf were apparently considered for different parts, final casting selections had not yet been made for other roles. Robert Downey Jr. is one of the few actors who can truly bring a character to life, thus it is quite exciting to imagine him giving Lex Luthor, one of the most notorious and iconic supervillains ever, new life. Given his portrayal of Tony Stark, which combined charm with a natural darkness, it's not hard to imagine Robert Downey playing Lex Luthor in the same manner. One of the keys to the most complicated villain performances is his ability to ground the character and give him a more real, human feel. It's not difficult to see Robert as the complex, multifaceted Lex Luthor, battling his baser impulses of power, lust, and fear of the uncontrolled with his realities as a brilliant, humorous, charming, and suave billionaire. If Superman Flyby had gone farther, we may have witnessed a darkly twisted Lex Luthor that nearly anybody could uncomfortably identify with, a villain that is both an overtly brutal villain and an anti-hero. With her diverse skill set, prior experience in comparable tasks, and her engaging demeanor, Robert Downey is well suited for any of these scenarios. There would be a new depth to the franchise if the main Avenger became the one supervillain capable of facing out against the Kryptonian god. It's simple to picture Robert Downey assuming the role and relating to the audience, or how he would create and don the iconic power suit that was able to outlast Superman. It would have been the ultimate gloomy mirror to reality if he had founded the League of Doom rather than assumed leadership of the Avengers. So why Superman by McGee was cancelled? McGee was the first name linked to Superman Flyby when it originally surfaced in 2001, though the internet loves the alternate title, which was really supposed to be Superman Man of Steel. Brett Ratner took his position after he left for Charlie's Angels. After taking over in September 2002, Ratner had a lot of obstacles to overcome, particularly in terms of casting the main part. He thought about a number of well-known performers, such as Jude Law and Josh Hartnett, but he had trouble convincing anyone to commit because of the time and commitments that would likely be needed for the upcoming sequels. The renowned original Superman, Christopher Reeve, entered as a production consultant and pushed for using an unproven actor for the starring part. This was a clever move since it would totally sidestep the problem and turn the dread of commitment into hope for it. According to Reeve, the mythos of the figure had greater significance than any particular performer in the role. The position remained unfilled despite several auditions and considerations, such as Ashton Kutcher and David Boreanaz. Stumbling under the weight of an outrageous budget of over $200 million, the ambitious production also aimed to cast prominent performers such as Anthony Hopkins and Christopher Walken in other important parts. But when Ratner left in March 2003, Superman Flyby ran into trouble, which resulted in McGee's short comeback. During his time, he made unconventional casting decisions and left the company owing to conflicts over finances and logistics. This allowed Bryan Singer to assume control and eventually convert the franchise into Superman Returns in 2006. DC's Superman Flyby project was cancelled for a number of reasons. The major reason is budget. Warner Brothers wants to film in Australia in order to save $25 million. But as he acknowledged in 2012, McGee is afraid of flying, which is what finally caused him to abandon the project. While talking to THR, he said, "I tried to tell then Warner Brothers execs Alan Horn and Barry Meyer at the time, hey guys, I'm really afraid to fly. And they were like, "Come on, you're McGee. You'll be fine." The demise of this movie serves as yet another reminder of the precarious state of film production, when practical limitations, human struggles, and artistic ambitions may all clash to prevent the realization of the spectacular cinematic experience that could have been. Additionally, it offers fans hope for future iterations of the DCEU's Superman and Lex Luthor mythology. Finding the qualities that set imperfect individuals apart, help them resonate with viewers, and make them incredibly entertaining to watch and relate to is a skill that Robert Downey Jr. masters. These traits in Lex Luthor would have made viewers wonder just who they should be pulling for, adding more levels of complexity to the plot and 10 times more drama and suspense. The worries that society is presently experiencing might have been easily embodied by Lex Luthor, and Robert Downey would have been ideal in bringing all of this to the big screen. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.